Hey, it's Melissa, and I've got a God listens story to share with you. Before I start it, let me just preface it with this to tell you. Um, I've gone to church all my life and prayed all my life, and the last several months, though, I've been trying to be more thorough with my prayers and just really thank God for things I'm thankful and grateful for. And even to where I've made a list. So I'm trying to cover everything because I can, get sidetracked and, forget that I'm praying and things happen like that. But I've really tried to be more thorough the last few months. Well, there was this week, this was like a couple months ago. There was this week that I wasn't really praying. And, things are not great with the country. And I'm like, God, when are you going to fix this? Are you listening? Do you care? Do you know what's going on? And he showed me. He showed me, and I want to share it with you. So here goes. I've got a past client who turned friend. Her name is Flo, and she's 80, and she's been in a senior living facility for about a year now. So she says I'm like the daughter she never had. And we talk like once a week. And she's about an hour from me, so it's hard to go see her. So we talk about all kinds of things every time we're on the phone, and we're always on the phone like 30 minutes or an hour. And this one day, she says, "Hey, Melissa, I'm missing my friend, Annie Hegler. I wonder if she's still around." And so she's talking about her friend, and she's kind of got emotional about it. Her friend, Annie Hegler. So I write down on this scrap piece of paper that I had by the phone, because I was sitting at the table and this was just there. I wrote Annie Hegler. And she mentioned the Cyprus Historical Society, and I forget what all she was saying about, how far they go back. They go way, way back. Okay, so I told my friend Flo, I said, I'll call the Historical Society and check into it for you. Well, this was a Wednesday. I hung up with Flo, made a call to Jurgens Hall, and they gave me the number to the Historical Society. I wrote it on the back, and they said they're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, but guess what happened though? The next day, on Thursday, I forgot to call. I forgot. Of course, I forgot. This is my note, and I didn't put it in my planner. Well, Tuesday came around, and I forgot. I forgot to call and check on this Annie Hegler and check and see about her. I basically have temporarily forgotten to make a call. Well, God hadn't forgotten. He jogged my memory. Check this out. In the mail was a bank statement, and this is just a copy of part of the letter of her statement. In the mail that Wednesday is mail addressed to an Ann Hegler. And I'm like, is this the Annie Hegler? And I don't get that much misdirected mail, but when you get misdirected mail, there's kind of a reason. It's something logical. This is not my zip, which I've covered it up, but the address, it's not anywhere near my numbers or name or street name or nothing. I couldn't believe it. I got chills when I saw this. I'm like, is this the Annie Hegler? I couldn't wait till Thursday to make the call to the Historical Society. I did first thing to Thursday morning. I called and I'm telling this gentleman answers. kind of telling him my story about why I'm looking for this Ann Hegler, telling him about this piece of mail. And he says, yeah, Ann Hegler, she still volunteers here. She's almost 90. She still volunteers. She just isn't here today because she couldn't get a ride. And it was a rainy day too that day. And he said, if it's okay with you, I'm going to call her and tell her. And he also said, yeah, that's her address. I told him the address on here. And he goes, that's her. And he said, I'm going to call her and tell her. And I said, yeah, great. Well, 5 minutes later, I get a call from Ann Hegler. And this is the Ann Hegler. And I'm telling her about Flo and looking for her. And she almost started crying. She said, because when Flo moved out of her home number was disconnected, and Flo had told her friend, hey, if you ever can't reach me, I'm dead. I'm probably dead. So Ann is just so thrilled and about to be in tears. When I tell her that Flo's still around and here's her number. And I said, give her a call. And she goes, well, I'm not going to call just right now. It's lunchtime and she's probably picking her lunch up in the cafeteria or something. I said, no, she shouldn't go down there. So call her right now. She would love to hear from you. And what else is neat about it, besides that I get this in the mail, I mean, I just couldn't believe it. But also I'm happy that I got it because Ann's telling me how distraught she's been over this missing piece of mail. She's called the post office, the bank, told her family. She's just afraid someone's going to get a hold of it and do something they shouldn't be doing with her mail or her account. And I said, you know what? I'm self-employed, a realtor. I said, I've got time. I'll bring it to you in an hour. And she was so happy. And I said, so call Flo right now. Anyway, I get to her house an hour later, and she had talked to Flo, and they, excuse me, just got over being sick. She said they both cried. They both thought each other was dead, and they were just thrilled to be able to talk to each other. They were just long lost friends from over 60, 70 years ago or something like that. So I was just so excited for both of them. Anyway, then I was able to call. I stayed and visited with Ann for an hour. So that was so neat, talking to her, finding out about her life and such, and her friendship with Flo and all that. And it was really neat. I called my friend Flo, my 80-year-old friend Flo, on the way home and chatted with her. She was just so excited about it. Anyway, if you're feeling like, where is God? Is he listening? Does he care? Is he around? I tell you, ever since then, I'm like, God, he's right here. He's listening. I mean, he's listening. He did this. And it wasn't about me, but it was for me. I'll tell you, because that week, I was having a week of, okay, God, where are you? Are you listening? Do you care? And he's like, yeah, I hear you. And of course, God's timing is perfect. His plan is perfect, and his plan is better than our plan. So just remember that. If you leave me a comment, I'll be happy to. I'll get back with you and respond to you. All right, well, take care. God bless, and know that God is listening and he cares. Thanks.